getting closer to the debut of the Coulee Region Chill, our brand new hockey team. Mark MOTZ is the owner. He joins us right now. Mark, I know it's a crazy time. How are things going for you?
Actually going real well. We're moving along. Our final camp is next week. By the end of next week, we should have a roster at about 25 to 27, and that's what we'll report to Alaska with on Labor Day.
Now, before we get to a lot of the preparation for the season, a lot of the peripheral stuff, I do want to talk about the team, about the play. You mentioned this to me off the air a little bit. It's obviously a very, very competitive league. These are elite high school players who are going to go play Division I, Division II hockey, and in some cases professional hockey, and in a few cases even the NHL. You had a tryout with well over 100 guys last month. You can give me the exact number, but tell me how that went. And was this an open tryout? Anybody who wanted to come could come check it out?
Yeah, it was an open tryout. It was our first tryout camp. There was 114 players that were at that camp. And just to give you an example on how hard it is to make a junior team, out of that 114 players, we kept 2.
Wow. Wow. Now, where are those 2 guys from? Do you know offhand?
One was from Centennial High School in St. Paul, and the other one was from Brainerd, Minnesota.
Wow. Wow. Very competitive. Now, I've had people ask me this question, and I know you and I have done this on the show, say, okay, what kind of hockey is this? And you brought up the point that you take every high school team, take the best player on every team, get 25 of those guys together, and that's pretty much what you have. Give me a cross-section of where these guys are coming from, literally in terms of the cities, the states they're coming from roughly, and also hockey-wise, where they're coming from. High school, did some of them play juniors last year? Give me kind of a cross-section on where they're all coming from.
Are you talking about our team
now?
Yes, our
correct.
Team? Well, we have 12 players that have the ability to come back from last year's team because they didn't age out. However, those 12 players still have to make the team. If I were to guess, not all 12 of them are going to be on this team. We had a good draft. We tendered some players, and we've had good success with our camps in seeing a lot of talent come in. So just because you played the year before, it's not like you're a sophomore in high school, then you're a junior, then you're a senior. It doesn't work that way in junior hockey.
You've got 28 and you're down to 25? Is that how it's going to work?
No, we're probably, in talking with our coaches, they're telling me that they're going to report down here with either 26 or 27 players. We have to have that to 23 by the end of September, by October 1st.
Okay, now where are the guys working out right now?
The players themselves? See, we haven't picked a roster yet, so we don't have a team. So everybody's independent, working on their own.
I gotcha.
Next week, we will, by Friday of next week, we will reduce the tryout down, the invitation camp, down to 40. We'll play 2 all-star games. And from those 40 players, we'll pick the 26 or 27 that will report down here.
Mark, as we get ready for the Coulee Region Chill for the season to begin at the Omni Center, last time we spoke, there was a lot of interest. You told me people calling, wanting to know about season tickets, how they could get tickets. How's all that going?
Actually, it's going pretty well. We had a little glitch with both the season tickets and our merchandise, which was our own fault. Our website... we needed to tweak a little bit to get that, and that's been done now. We're with the housing parents, we could use maybe 5 or 6 more. If anybody out there is interested, they could go to the website, contact our housing coordinator, Michelle Bryant, and she tells me in a meeting last Friday that she's at about 20 or 21, and we could use 25 or 26. So.
You know, it's one of those challenges that people don't think about. Obviously, fans out there, potential fans, are thinking players. They're thinking about the Omni Center. How's it all going to set up? How many people are going to go? But there's so much more that goes into it. Host families, that's a big challenge. The loggers go through that every single year. Feeding the players, transportation. Talk about some of those peripheral challenges you're dealing with now in terms of all that stuff.
Well, yeah, you're right. Like I said, we're working on the housing. The biggest problem we have right now is we got a split crew. We've got because of no ice available down here right now. we've got half our crew up in Minneapolis working to put the team together, and then the other half down here working on the things that you're talking about,
right.
The sponsorships and getting the Omni Center ready and all that.
Mark Motz joining us. He's the owner of the Coulee Region Chill, our new junior hockey team that will start play this fall at the Omni Center. Mark, I know it's impossible to throw a number out right now, but I guess the best you can, what kind of numbers are you thinking attendance-wise per game? I know it seats around 1,000 or so. You can correct me if I'm a bit off on that, but are we looking at a couple of hundred a game, 500, 800, 1,500? What kind of crowds would you anticipate now?
From what I'm told, 1,700 is standing room only at the Omni Center. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't have over 1,000 people in there. Initially, we're probably not going to get that, but I think as the word spreads and the people see the type of hockey that it is, we will get that. We had that in Mason City. We had over 1,000 people a game, and that was from a community that was much smaller than what we're dealing with here. So,
how good of a hockey community is this? You look around, I know Sparta's had great teams over the years, Toma in the peripheral areas. Onalaska's got a terrific hockey program across the river, throughout La Crescent and up and down the river. You've got great hockey as well. How would you compare this community as a hockey town compared to where you were in Iowa and even some other places around this league?
Well, we'll do two comparisons. Where we were in Iowa, they had about 100 people in their youth organization. As I look around here and the people that I talk to, by the time you take into the areas that you just got done discussing, there's over 500 families that are in the hockey community in this area. Now, you get those 500 families, you certainly can put 1,200 to 1,500 people into the Omni Center to watch a game. I've talked to the high school coach over there, and when they get a big high school game in there, they get 1,500 people in there to watch a hockey game. Now, I came from St. Paul, Minnesota, and I went home on a Tuesday night one time last year to see my parents, and Hill Murray happened to be playing White Bear Lake on Tuesday night. I went up to Aldridge Arena to watch a game, and there were 4,000 people.
Wow.
Now, that's the other scenario.
Right. That's the other extreme. Mark Motz joining us. He's the owner of the Coulee Region Chill. Mark, as you prepare, we're down to about really 3 or 4 months for you to get ready. What's the biggest challenge as you creep up on opening day? I'm sure there are many, but what's the one that really sticks out as a first-year franchise? What's the toughest hurdle to get over?
Wow, that's a good question. I didn't think there was going to be as many to get over as we had. I forgot what it was like to do this from square one, like we did 5 years ago in Mason City. I just want to make sure that we've got everything ready for opening night, and I'm glad. The one thing I'm glad that we do have is we're away for the first 10 games, and we actually don't play our first game until the end of October. 29th and 30th of October are our first games home, and that gives us a little breathing room to get everything ready down there. So the biggest challenge is to put all the volunteers together to make the first impression go smooth and make everybody happy with the presentation.
Is there a time when the league really takes off? Because you start in October. Obviously, the weather's still very nice in this area in October. People are outside. They're still kind of in tail end of summer, early fall mode. When you hit November, December, January, do the crowds tend to get bigger throughout the league?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as the high school football sports are over with, then people start thinking a little bit more about hockey. We always in those early games in the September and October, we do fight that high school football crowd a little bit, and once that's over with, now it's hockey and it's colder weather, and people are going to come to the game.
And we're live at North Country Steak Buffet. It's the Monday Buzz. Mark Motz, the Coulee Region Chill owner, joining us. Mark, before I let you go, for those that are starting to think hockey a little bit now, even though it's July, is there a good spot people can learn more in terms of buying tickets, whether it be the website, whether it be a phone number, if you want to get a plug out there for those families out there that have thought they wanted to get into it and now are really starting to seriously think about it? How can they get tickets? How can they find out more about what you guys are doing?
Go to our website and very simply click on tickets, and it'll tell you exactly what to do as far as getting tickets and getting them at a discounted rate right now with the flex packs that are available.
All right, well, it's going to be a lot of fun this fall. The Coulee Region Chill at the Omni Center. Mark MOTZ-You, I'm sure, will join us again on the show. We hope you stop by again. Thanks for coming by, though.
Thank you.